On my way back, I stopped at Chigibonta.
At the restaurant?
Yes, restaurant on Beach Road. Grabbed some food, ate some food, and then was sitting there with some of my friends. I then decided
Speaking morosely from his bed at the Connaught Hospital in Freetown, the chief whip of the main opposition All People's Congress APC party in Parliament, Honorable Hassan Sesay, recounts a tragic incident that happened to him earlier this week. Around the Aberdeen Beach area, west of the capital, Freetown. He is a victim of a grim car hit-and-run incident that has left him with a broken leg, fractured sides and spine, a cut in his head, and countless bruises to his left hand after what he described as an unlicensed vehicle that came from nowhere and gave him a deadly hit and sped away, with the supposed perpetrator still at large, leaving the honorable member unconscious for about 3 days, battling for his life in the hospital.
I just saw a vehicle coming from nowhere, an unmarked vehicle, just hit me and then it sped away.
What was the time when this happened?
About 10.
In the night?
Yes.
Were there people in the area?
There were a lot of people in the area because cars were lined up. Because it's a normal place where people go to eat, ice cream, food, etc.
Were there police to apprehend the vehicle that hit you?
I was hit, I went unconscious. So I knew nothing that happened again from that point. I only regained consciousness at the emergency hospital.
Honorable Hassan Sesay has been one of the most vocal and fierce, if not the most, from the main opposition APC in the Sierra Leone Parliament to flag up controversial issues that pertain to the country's plagued economy, as he recently moved a motion that Parliament invited the Bank Governor of Sierra Leone, Professor Kelfala Murana Kalon, and the Minister of Finance, Jacob Jusuf-Safa, for both men to answer to questions about what many have described as the country's ailing economy. He has also recently championed the case of over 200 sacked former workers at the Statistics Sierra Leone Central Office in Freetown, who want to be given an end-of-service benefits after their controversial dismissal recently.
I will also want to suggest here that they bring the governor to this house to explain to us what is the state of our exchange rate. Why is it going the way it is going? Now, for every spike in the price of the foreign exchange, that is dollar, so to speak, it is affecting the very poor rural person in the communities that we represent. Political ideas that cannot be transformed to reality will always remain to be an ideological abstraction. If that is the case, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the budget is rich on rhetoric but poor on substance when it comes to the people of this country that we are all representing here. Those people affected at the Central Statistics Office, if relieved of their duties, deserve to be paid their benefits.
The foregoing clips speak volume of how vocal Honorable Sesay has been in the Sierra Leone Parliament when it comes to issues to speak to as an honorable member of Parliament. His current predicament has left many tongues wagging and minds wandering in the wonderland of endless thoughts as to what or who could have been behind the attempt on his life in such a fashion. Honorable Sesay is just as bemused as many others are flummoxed.
What happened on that day was deliberate on the person that was driving that vehicle. For whatever reason he did it, I cannot say. And I was only, for all the issues I was raising in Parliament, I was doing it in good faith as a member of the opposition and thinking I'm just doing a job. So whatever might have happened, I cannot say. Let people judge the situation. I cannot judge for myself.
Has any apprehension or arrest been made?
I've not even had a statement from the police, and my vehicle was taken to the police station at Aberdeen. It was my security and my driver who recovered the vehicle the next day from Aberdeen police station, and the Aberdeen police have not made a statement about it up to now, as far as I know.
No arrest has been made. No word from the police about suspects or inklings leading to possible apprehension of suspects by the Sierra Leone police over the past couple of days since the tragic incident, which has been viewed by many as worrisome, occurred. And this has left Honorable Sesay brooding on what could be the fate of the masses who may not have an iota of his prestige in society, and peradventure such a situation surfaces to them.
I am a member of Parliament, a senior member of Parliament at that. If it can happen to me like that without a word from the police, if an official of state is treated that way, I don't know what the rest of the populace will experience in such situation. So I'm only saying that do not bode well for our justice system, that now we're in a situation where people can get away with anything, and that is not what a safe state should be.
Efforts to reach the Sierra Leone police on the said matter proved counterproductive, as at the time of reporting, The Speaker of the Sierra Leone Parliament, Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu, earlier on this week announced Honorable Sesay's upheaval in the well of Parliament, stressing its severity and assured of the Sierra Leone's Parliament's support to the Honorable member.
From all indications, he may need treatment overseas. That shows how very serious his injuries are. He's in the annex at Connaught Hospital. I think I can say on behalf of the entire House that we express our sympathy for his present plight and condition, and we extend to him our very best wishes for an early recovery.
Sierra Leone MPs lack medical allowance from the government, but the Speaker of the Sierra Leone Parliament has disclosed plans to expedite Honorable Sesay's treatment out of the country for what he describes as proper medication, exposing the weak health system in the country, where even treatment for a broken leg and rumpled tendons would have to be sought elsewhere. But how soon this would happen to see the beleaguered Honorable Sesay back to his feet in the Sierra Leone Parliament, and better still, his family? This still remains a wait-and-see issue. I am Abdullah Bla reporting.